This video is going to discuss the top 10 songs on Billboard's Mainstream Rock Chart, ending with the week of May 25th, 2018. Welcome to Billboard Gets Rocked. I got 6 out of my 10 predictions correct from last month. There's a new number 1, and there are a few surprises this month, albeit one of them's kind of weird. So, let's take a look and see what's getting the most airplay in the world of rock. Number 10, Contagion by Muse. Coming off an amazing Carolina Rebellion tour and going back to the home continent to headline a few festivals there, Muse is back with a new song from their yet-to-be-announced upcoming 8th full album. Contagion was released at the end of February and has now had a slow climb, but still, with Muse hinting more and more new music, expect more songs from the Brits to be coming on this list in future months. As I usually give my thoughts on a song the first time it hits the top 10 and the first chance I get to talk about it on Billboard Gets Rocked, I like this one. The chorus hook and vocal delivery in said chorus by Matt Bellamy really drives this song. Both instantly recognizable as Muse while giving something a little bit different, or at least different than what's currently on mainstream hard rock. The bass and drums also carry a great rhythm which has become so standard for the band that it's taken for granted by many listeners of Muse. I wasn't crazy about their previous album Drones, but the pros outweigh the cons for Muse music overall, so I'm cautiously optimistic. I think Contagion, even though it's coming from an album that doesn't even have an ETA yet, does have staying power and will stay on the top 10 for another month. I like Muse and I'm hopeful this new album is a step forward. Again, I wasn't crazy about Drones. Sorry, but when a drill sergeant interrupts the flow of your music, it kinda takes me out of the mood. Number 9, Shadow of Your Love by Guns N' Roses. Yeah. I didn't expect this. This song was not even on the top 40 on the Mainstream Rock Chart a month ago. That obviously makes sense though, as this song was made in the 1980s. Whether or not you like Guns N' Roses, which for me, I definitely do on the record, it does make me wonder just how many bands trying to get their name out there to the public cannot, because radio and media would rather blast out an old B-side track that'll be featured on a big collector's box set. As this was way back in the day when Axl sounded fresh, his voice really comes out strong here and the guitars have good hooks. It has the Appetite for Destruction feel, which is another obvious statement, but I don't really know what else to add because I'm blown away this recording skyrocketed so quickly doing parts of the GNR Collector's Edition. Guns N' Roses will never fade away because they have too strong a name and put out too much good music in their heyday. I just can't believe a song recorded so long ago was blasted so much just because it's another reason to play GNR on the radio. I don't think Shadow of Your Love will be on the top 10 next month. Once this box set is released and the hype has died down, I think this new song will also fade off the chart pretty quickly. Nothing against it, just an odd world we live in. Number 8, Painless by Fozzy. As for a prediction I got wrong, Fozzy is still on the top 10 and jumping up 2 spots from last month. Serves me right for thinking Chris Jericho won't be around forever when he's proved in just about every avenue of entertainment he's been in that he knows how to make something work. Painless has gained more airplay this past month across FM and especially satellite with the return of Y2J to Sirius XM Octane. I stand by what I said before in that this song is a very generic, predictable track that screams radio filler. It's not bad, and the extended hook of the chorus being sang out works, but there isn't much more to talk about. There is better music on this top 10, the entire chart, and better music on Fozzy's latest album Judas than the song Painless. It's a scoop of plain vanilla from Baskin-Robbins. I feel Painless is finally going to drop off the top 10 this month because I just don't see Fozzy really carrying that much more steam with it. I mean, Painless isn't bad on first listen, but after being played so much, I feel it's starting to become numbing in a boring way, which is kind of the opposite of what rock music should really do. Number 7, Death Wish by Red Sun Rising. Along with my incorrect prediction on Fozzy last month comes another wrong call. This time I'm happy about it though, because Death Wish is starting to help Ohio's Red Sun Rising get more ears on the different sound they have. With this song still in the top 10 and more touring ahead this summer, Red Sun Rising could finally be getting big audiences' attention. Death Wish has been on the chart for several months now and on the top 10 for over a month, so it's already had a good run, coming from a lesser-known band. Thread has been out since March, and while this time I think Death Wish will be off the top 10 next month, I hope that other songs from Red Sun Rising's latest album will come up on the chart, as they've already had several get this far. It's great when a relatively lesser-known band is getting more attention on this chart, especially in the top 10, so I'm glad Red Sun Rising is still here. And it's also great when radio DJs stop playing Five Finger Death Punch covers repeatedly like there's no tomorrow, just because it's Five Finger Death Punch. On a side note, Gone Away's finally off the top 10! Number 6, The Mountain by 3 Days Grace. Falling from the top after over a month at number 1, 3 Days Grace is still going strong at number 6. I personally feel that The Mountain has finally wore out its welcome, and as it was really blasted repeatedly after the band's latest album, Outsider. I feel this song is much catchier than other 3 Days Grace number 1 singles, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a bit tired of it. That's not a knock on the song itself, and I at least get the appeal of the track for radio play. I'd be willing to bet, just like Red Sun Rising, that we will see another song from 3 Days Grace's new album in the top 10 in the next few months. Canada has always had a way with creeping onto this list and staying for a while, so I'd expect more from our neighbors up the north.
I'm still surviving, keep climbing the mountain.
I think we'll see The Mountain on the top 10 for one more month, but just barely. I mean, 3 Days Grace just has a way of dominating this chart, and they linger around for a while. That's just how it is. Blame Canada. Number 5, What It Is by Jonathan Davis. The voice of Korn moved up 3 spots from last month. I think What It Is has received additional airplay now that Davis' solo album Black Labyrinth has been released. I said before that while it takes a while for the song to really get going, once it picks up finally in the second half, you really start to appreciate what you're listening to. We may not have new Korn for a while, but Davis' creative process is still going. After hearing more of Black Labyrinth, my fears were put to rest that this solo project would have no real steam or worth after one song. Davis proved he is more than just scat singing and being the voice of one of the best nu metal bands ever. Jonathan Davis' solo work might be contained to 2018 only, but I think there actually could be some merit to it, both through touring and the new album. I think What It Is will stay on the top 10 for another month just because of the name attached to it. Jonathan Davis is a huge name in the world of rock. And Korn fans need to hear Jonathan Davis' voice scream at them somehow over their FM radio stations. And I mean that in a good way too. I like Jonathan Davis. Number 4, Rats by Ghost. Finally! I rarely get to talk about Ghost, so I'm ecstatic that the song Rats is so high up on the charts so quickly, along with the new album Prequel coming out under the new direction of Cardinalcopia. Yes, I'm aware of the lawsuit situation and who Tobias Forge is, but enjoy Ghost for what it is and play along. I love this song. The keyboard and guitar build-up, along with the Cardinals' great singing of Rats in the chorus, all comes out strong, and Rats is a bit of fresh air for the mainstream rock crowd. It's also extremely rare to get a great, catchy, fun song that sings about the bubonic plague. This is the type of song I want to get to number 1, a unique band that easily sways from rock to metal that also has engaging music and isn't afraid to change things up and not write the exact same standard rock song 10 times in a row. I've been saying it for years now, despite what you think about the concept of Ghost and their appearance or gimmick, give Ghost a chance. Rats will be in the top 10 next month. It should be. If there's any justice in the universe, it should be. Number 3, Devil by Shinedown. Staying steady from a month ago at number 3 is the lead-off single from Attention Attention. Compared to other songs, it may not have been on the overall chart as long, but I knew it would rise up fast because Shinedown is a hard rock radio staple. I also have to admit that after some time, the new album Attention Attention has started to grow on me a bit after getting past Devil. Eventually, Devil will fall off the top 10, but expect other new Shinedown songs to come up. The title track from this most recent album is already getting airplay on SiriusXM. I may not love the newer Shinedown songs of the past few years, and while Devil is not my favorite, I don't hate it by any means, even if the novelty is starting to wear off. Devil has practically lived in the top 10 of this chart since it was released, so it'll probably stay on the top 10 for another month. Shinedown's not going anywhere anytime soon. Number 2, Zombie by Bad Wolves. After a crazy climb to the top 10 and even hitting number 1 for a week since last month, Bad Wolves are sitting at number 2 with their Cranberries cover. I knew the backstory alone for this Zombie cover would keep the song on the top 10 for a long time. If there are mainstream rock fans who weren't aware of Bad Wolves before, they most certainly are now, as the song is certified gold. The new album Disobey is out, and giving listeners who give the band a chance a big eye-opening on just how much heavier they are than this cover alludes. The song has been on the top 10 for over 8 weeks now, and is understandably what brought Bad Wolves to the table. I really hope people see what else this band can do besides a cover song. I said months ago that this cover is okay, but it's time for other Bad Wolf songs to get some attention, because there really is some great stuff on that new album, Disobey. And also, I feel this song has run its course, so it might be on the top 10 next month, but just barely, especially in the bottom half of the top 10. Number 1, Bulletproof by Godsmack. At number 1 is another band who's been at the top several times. After 12 weeks on the chart and moving up from the number 2 spot last month, Godsmack sit on top while promoting When Legends Rise and on a big touring schedule this summer and fall. I feel like Sully Erna and company may not stay at number 1 for long with Bulletproof, but it's here nonetheless. Years ago, Godsmack won me over with their live performance, and while I never loved a full album from them, I still stand by what I said on When Legends Rise, is that there is better music on that album than this single, which is a good thing. If it wasn't for that repetitive chorus, I think I would have enjoyed this song much more. Some of these radio standard songs keep rotating in and out, however, and this month it was Godsmack standing on top. Maybe next month will be a bigger shakeup than anticipated, but as for now, Bulletproof is still keeping Godsmack at number 1. And that was a look at the top 10 songs on Billboard's Mainstream Rock Chart for May 2018. What was your favorite song on the list? Leave a comment and let people know. Please subscribe, you can check out my concert photography on Instagram, and you can keep up to date with Rocked on Facebook and Twitter.